This is educational, not trading or investment advice, okay? This is entertainment, possibly, mainly educational. Future stocks, bond trading of any kind involves substantial risk. You may lose everything you have. Before trading or investments, do your own due diligence. This is not a recommendation to go out and trade with your money, okay? If you do so, you're on your own. If you're watching or listening to this video, you are agreeing to these terms. Okay, let's get to it. Welcome and thanks for stopping by. I'm Digital Micro. You're on the Digital Micro Trading Journal channel, day trading for an ROI payout. It's just my trade journal market analysis, rule-based price action trading, daily affirmation. I see it and understand. Rigid discipline and rules, flexible in outcome expectations, independent thinker, impeccable risk manager, precision-based trader, responsible business manager. Here we are, Tuesday, November 7th, and I've got ES price action levels on the left. The ES daily looks like Monday, second to left here. This candle was very small range compared to the three candles prior to it, and here we are in Globex, same thing. But what you'll note is we stopped going up just short of this $4,400 on the right side of this. So I'm going to be really paying attention to how the dollar reacts. We're coming off the bottom here, so it's not moving inversely in lockstep to the ES, but it is moving up off the bottom here. So we had a low on the dollar here, just above 104.8, and we're in 105.449. And what I want to see is, are we going to see 106 Tuesday or Wednesday on the dollar? If that's true, then we can see that the ES may go lower, but where will it go? What are the next inefficiencies or sell side liquidity below? So I want to go with, but this is a good chart to look at always on the daily just to see where are we in Europe. Next chart. Before I get into the ES, I want to just quickly go over the levels on the dollar. This 4-hour fair value gap, 105.6 roughly. If price can't go above, that's telling us something. So number one, will price go up to the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap here? And number two, will we completely reprice it in the next 2 days? And you can see sell side liquidity 104.859. But again, my objective to see is, do we have escape velocity to come off this bottom on the sell side liquidity and get it back up to, again, the middle of this fair value 4-hour gap? Okay, 24-hour ES, the levels above, we have the high up here at 43.91. That was from Friday, high of day. And what we've got on the prior day high is 43.8550. Okay, so that comes in right around here. Where we are right now is on the Globex with this black candle, and we've got basically a wick, a discount wick. New York midnight open 43.7375, London 43.71. But what my area of interest is, we created with yesterday's candle wick a new daily fair value gap, and the high of that gap comes in 43.6450, consequent encroachment of that gap for 43.5225, and then the low of the gap is 43.40. So the big question for, again, I'm adjusting my targets for the week based on this gap inefficiency, that we reprice it first to the mid 43.52 and then possibly to 43.40. When? I don't have that info. If I did, that would be helpful. But I'm hoping we do that this week, sooner rather than later, maybe by the end of Wednesday, if possible. But right now, again, it's all about range compression. We've been compressed on the dollar range, and we're very compressed on the ES range. So this is a very compressed range, and we need to see some price expansion. Let's go to a lower time frame. I'm going to go down to a 15-minute next. 15-minute ES. This is my favorite chart here. So even within this compression, you can see the levels. The first thing is this breaker. This is a bearish breaker from last Friday, and it is really holding in there. You can see here the bodies of the candles of the prior day never really went above it. And so that's Monday the 6th. Only wicks, candle wicks did the damage. The bodies told the narrative. So again, that's very interesting on this breaker. So if this continues to act as resistance, and we've got New York midnight, London, and below here, this daily fair value gap, that's the main inefficiency below it. Above it, this light red, this is where a major weekly fair value gap, and it's massive. The middle of that gap is 44.38. Hard to see that happening right now without a major catalyst, but it could happen for sure. So I'm waiting to see again if breaker right here, this yellow rectangle holds. If not, these two black lines again are the new week open gap for this week, and they're very narrow railroad tracks here. So right now, this seems to be the new resistance level. So if we can't do that, then what I'm looking for is, again, the New York open to get into this yellow below here. And as we already mentioned, that is the daily fair value gap. And what we've got here is the mid-level coming in at 52 and the low level on this whole gap as 43.39. So that's the objective in the next 2 trading days. I'm a little bit more biased on the down if the dollar can hold up, as I previously mentioned on the chart on the dollar. But if the dollar gives up the ghost and we sink below a 104, sure, we're going to get back up here in the 4400s on the ES, I think. So this kind of wraps it for the London Globex charts session. Shout out to the subscribers, and if this helps you and you want me to continue on the channel, please support with likes. That really helps. Mahalo, thank you so much. Aloha, take care, bye.